The new control map has been confirmed. It is called Samoa. It's the one that I leaked a few days ago or just yesterday. I'm not entirely sure. We're going to be joined by Jared and Aaron Keller from the Overwatch team during the Overwatch League Grand Finals on October 1st as they dive into Season 7's new control map, Samoa. I really hope we get to see some gameplay on October 1st as well. We don't exactly know when Season 7 is coming out, but all the Overwatch 2 news coverage on that day will come to this channel. So if you're interested to know more about Samoa, and most importantly, the new hero that will 100% come out in Season 8, Mauga, subscribe to this channel right now. We're going to get you all the information. So let's talk about what is Samoa, how does it link to Mauga, and who is this Mauga guy that everybody keeps talking about? So Samoa is going to be, well, a Samoan island. We can kind of take that away from the image on the screen that you've been seeing for the past minute or so. Behind us, you can see that there's a volcano in the distance. They really wanted to go with a tropical field. It's really, really nice. I would love to see the variations of this map and how it would look in different weather systems and things like that. But so far, Samoa looks to be an amazing map, and I really wondered, like, this is just one zone. Like, this seems to be the city. Where else are we going to play? Maybe near the volcano? Because, you know, with control maps, the control maps are all on the same map. In the different rounds, you just swap to the different areas. And, you know, I can do a video on that if you don't know anything about that. It's actually really cool. Like Nepal Village, Nepal Sanctum, and that final Nepal map, they take place all on the same giant snowy mountain. So I would love to see how Samoa divides itself as a big island. I think it's going to be a big island. It's going to be really cool because I don't think we have any island-based maps, nor are they as culturally beautiful as the way it looks over here. Okay, now with Samoa out of the way, we have to talk about Mauga. If you're new to Overwatch and you don't know who Mauga is, I'm going to try and break it down as to who Mauga is. Mauga is the best friend of Baptiste, or it's kind of implied that they had something more going on by the writer Alyssa Wong when she wrote the story called What You Left Behind. Now, if you haven't read What You Left Behind, this was the story that came with Baptiste's combat medic skin back in Overwatch 1. And this novella explored Baptiste's past as a Talon member, as well as his relationships with Talon just in general. Now, Mauga is a very crucial part to Baptiste's story because, first of all, he and Baptiste made to be a very deadly duo. He was one of the heavy assault units. So if you guys remember that boss battle in Retribution as well as Storm Rising, he's one of those heavy assault units. Now, I'm fairly certain we don't actually get to fight the Mauga heavy assault unit, but what we can take away from this is that the heavy assault units, the abilities that they had, charge-like ability, these Gatling guns, a machine gun type, machine gun type arm gauntlets that he had going on, we can kind of take away some of the play styles that are coming, right? So he's most likely going to have like a Ryan type pin, or maybe it'll just be for mobility so he can cover, distance. Obviously, he has machine guns that already gives us the implication that it's going to have a very big spread. Now, anyways, gameplay theories aside, Mauga is also described to be as a sociopath who feigns stupidity to hide his cold and calculating demeanor. On the battlefield, he is called a demon and a hurricane of carnage. I also feel like Hurricane of Carnage sounds like the perfect ultimate ability name. So if they call the ultimate Hurricane of Carnage, I was the first one to guess it, okay? Anyways, he has a soft spot for Baptiste, and Baptiste is the only one that can calm him down from going on his massive rampages. Now, currently, in the current day lore of Overwatch, Mauga and Baptiste are not in good terms because Baptiste doesn't want to join Talon. He doesn't believe in their vision, but Mauga is convinced that at some point, quote unquote, Baptiste will return home. However, that is not the case because, Baptiste kind of bamboozles Mauga. I'm not going to go into too much detail about their story. If you'd like to learn more about this duo, then you can read the What You Left Behind story on the Overwatch 2 website. Along with this, we can kind of speculate one final time what Mauga could do for this game's meta, and that is that we do know that Mauga could potentially be a hybrid tank, similar to what, Ramatra is, where Ramatra is kind of like this poke brawl tank hybrid. Yeah, primarily he's a brawl tank, but he has some poke to him with the way his abilities work. With his, like the sage form that he has when he's not in the big, brawl form and things like that. That kind of brings us back to Mauga. Is Mauga also going to be what they call a tempo tank, where he will have different forms? So you might have like your Gatling guns or your machine guns when you're like at a little bit of a distance, or maybe you want to use them at closer range. We don't know how that's going to work just yet. And then maybe once you're like up close to targets or something like that, you can swap modes or something. I think that would be really cool. It reminds me of Bastion as well, who can swap modes and things like that. And I always think like having characters that can swap modes just adds a little bit more layer of enjoyability within their skill set, right? It allows them to cover up some weaknesses that they might not be able to. Now, what could be his defensive ability? His defensive ability, well, it's hard to guess because we never necessarily saw anything in the PvE missions from the Assault Heavy on how they were designed, but we did know one thing, that they had a weak spot on their back. So I wonder if Mauga will kind of be like a basically a walking turret bastion, most likely with reduced damage, obviously, where he's going to be very difficult to kill from the front perspective. So if you want to get him, if you want to quickly eliminate him, you're going to have to pressure his back, right? You're going to have to shoot at his back. You're going to have to chunk away at his HP bar by shooting the weak spot, similarly to Bastion. Is that good gameplay design? I'm not sure, because it really does work well for Bastion, and I kind of want to see how it's going to work on Mauga when he comes out. This leaks, the confirmation of the map also confirms one thing about the leaks. The leaks were 100% true. The Hanzo Onryo skin is the mythic skin for the next season. It seems like we're getting some sort of a ghost spooky season, which makes sense because Halloween's around the corner. And that means that the Lilith Moira skin also seems to be the unique collaboration that Overwatch 2 went with. So we had all our leaks confirmed right away. And, you know, it's exciting times. The current season was a little bit of a letdown. The anniversary shop didn't rotate. They didn't market this season like the anniversary at all to begin with. And it's incredibly disappointing to see it from that perspective. However, going into the next season, there are a handful of things to be excited about. Again, we're getting a new map. They are reverting a lot of the very unnecessary balance changes. We will be getting a collaboration event from the perspective that we will get to fight a Diablo 4 Lilith Moira boss battle. Now, is this going to be in Junkenstein's? We don't know, but as soon as I get the info, I will put it out there. And that's looking to be the next season of Overwatch. So if we kind of put it all together, if we go to a good balance patch, that is a good thing. It could literally be the best season we might have in the entire year, but they could easily mess it up when Mauga comes out because he could be broken, because they've been saying all these things about how they want characters to be on the safe side of strong, right? So that is basically PR talk of, well, we want them to be a little bit OP and then we'll tune them down, but we'll keep them strong somewhat, because, well, they don't want those characters to be irrelevant, right? So we know that much, that at some point when Mauga comes in, he is for sure going to be strong. And if I get this wrong, I'll buy somebody a battle pass, right? So if you've reached this part of the video, you can comment and say, Abby, make sure to keep your promise, okay? It can be our secret because usually people leave by the 2-minute mark. So that is going to be it for this video. I would like to ask that if you guys want to support this channel for free, legit, no money asked, you don't have to super chat, you don't have to donate. All you have to do is hit like and subscribe. It really helps with the channel. It helps us move forward. It helps with the algorithm. And I get to do more content, keeps me motivated, keeps you guys interested in what's going on in the world of Overwatch. Overwatch's current season was very much all over the place, and that's very unfortunate. But let's try to hope for the best for the future. The game is all over the place, not just from a balance perspective, but the lore is messing up. This is going wrong. That is going wrong. Let's hope that Season 7 is a sign of good things to come and not a sign of things falling apart. Now, with that being said, I'm going to forward one final thing before ending this video. I'm going to be returning to doing my free coaching. That's right, free coaching. I'm a GM player on all 3 roles. I've gotten top 500 on damage in Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2 in Seasons 1 and 2 playing Genji. If you would like to be coached, if you would like some general advice, or you would like for me to do more educational content and less news content, you can let me know in the comment section down below. And if you would like some free VOD reviews, I'm going to be doing them on live stream, so you can drop a VOD code in the comments and I will do it for you for free, legit. No money needed, no questions asked, just help support the channel. That would be it, right? Now, with that being said, I'm going to head off and start working on doing the other VOD reviews I have, and I will see you guys in the next video, where we will discuss some things about some popular community hot takes that have been going around. It's going to be a very, very interesting video, because we're going to be talking about the problems with some ability designs. I feel like we need to talk about abilities rather than saying support as a role is a problem. We need to talk about Overwatch 2 has an ability problem and it's ruining the game. And I think we need to isolate some abilities on all three roles, that what is fun to play and what is bad to play against. Now, I do this video out. I have to meet a certain mark, otherwise YouTube is very mean. I'm so sorry. But if you bared with me up until this far, I really, really appreciate you. And thank you so much. I will see you in the next video.